Hello and welcome to HistoryPod. On the 23rd of December 1823, the poem A Visit from St. Nicholas, more commonly known as The Night Before Christmas, was published anonymously in the New York Sentinel. The poem is significant for being the first source to give the names of Santa's reindeer, as well as establishing the image of the jolly fat Santa that we know today. Reprinted a number of times in subsequent years, A Visit from St. Nicholas became attributed to the academic Clement Clarke Moore, who eventually acknowledged authorship in 1844. However, debate over the real author continues to this day, with Major Henry Livingston Jr. being the other potential writer being put forward most regularly. Legend says that Moore wrote the poem while on a shopping trip and then read it to his children on Christmas Eve 1822. A year later, a copy found its way to the officers of the New York Sentinel, who published it along with a message in which the editor expressed his cordial thanks to whoever had sent him these Christmas verses. Moore's reluctance to be associated with the verse apparently stemmed from his career as a professor of ancient languages, since he didn't want the poem to undermine his academic credentials. It was his friend, Charles Fenno Hoffman, who first publicly attributed the poem to him in the Christmas 1837 edition of the Pennsylvania Inquirer and Daily Courier. One interesting aside relates to Santa's reindeer named in the poem. When reading it to children, they're often surprised to find that Rudolph isn't mentioned. Well, that's because Rudolph himself didn't appear until the story by Robert L. May was published in 1939.